Strategy battle gamers from around the world, welcome to Top Table Gaming for another nostalgia rep. We're back in Middle Earth. You're here with your TTG host James, and we're also here with TTG Darren.
Hi guys,
How you doing, my friend?
Another one.
Feeling good?
Yeah, it's going to be good to get a game against you again. It's been a few years.
It has been a few years, and for those of you who don't know Darren was the old owner of the Northwest Gaming Centre. Can remember those early days of the GBHL podcast with Jamie and myself coming and braving the broken windows and sticky floors of the old Northwest Gaming Centre. Things have come a long way since then.
They have. If you go back on the original GBHL videos, you'll be able to hear me in the background, but I was never actually on video.
Now, I'd just like to say a big thank you to the response to the first battle report we put out. It was very much a nostalgia report. It was a good throwback to the old days. I hope you guys out there enjoyed it. I really love reading those comments. And ultimately, I'm back here doing some recording and on TTG doing that to reignite my hobby and reconnect with you guys out there in the community. And I hope we can do that today. Now, today I have brought something because of something that was requested out there by the community. And there was quite a few comments out there wanting to see the return of the Rivendell Knights with the red cloaks. So I hope those guys who requested it are going to enjoy it. What are you going to be bringing to the table against the Rivendell Knights today, Cam?
It's a bit of Isengard. So it's been knocked up quite last minute this, so it's not a force that I'd normally use. But I'm going to see if I can hold out against the Knights.
Yeah, we'll see how we get on. The Knights are a reasonably competitive list, and it's something that I am still pretty good with. But you never know, do speak too soon. Let's get down and show you the armies on the board. So we are playing a 650 point battle report today, and here are my Rivendell Knights. Really excited to put these guys back on the table, and I hope you enjoy seeing them in action as well. We have 12 Knights. We are going to be marking 4 of them to not have shields. I've got a banner there. The banner was beautifully painted before I went to the Nova Open in 2016 by Kevin Lawrence of Shadow and Flame, who also did this gorgeous Elrond. Elrond is going to be heading to the battlefield with his horse and heavy armour. You can also see Aragorn Strider down there. Now, the reason why he's there on foot right now is because I've just broken the arm off the cavalry model. I don't want to show you that whilst that's gluing together, and we want to get on and get this battle report done. But he is coming to the battlefield with his horse and also his armour as well. So this is 650 points of Rivendell Knights. Let's show you what they're going to be up against now.
So for Isengard, we've got Moho with a band of marauders with him. So all Uruk-hai scouts are marauders. There's 5 with bows, and there's 2 that have shields. We've also got the Isengard troll in there just for a bit of beefy backup. We have an Isengard drummer who's just there on his own at the front, and we've got Lurtz's warband. So Lurtz is there with his bow. He's got 5 berserkers with him. He's then got 4 Uruk-hais with pikes, and he's got 6 Uruk-hai with shields. And finally there we've got the Uruk-hai assault ballista, and it's got 3 extra crew because we just needed to make up points for the game, and I didn't want to pop them in with the marauders, so we've got 3 extra crew just protecting that against those knights when they do reach it.
So we're going to be rolling for the pool scenarios first of all. Let's see which pool we're going to be going from the 6. So rolling 1d6. And we've got a 1 there, so these are the Maelstrom battle scenarios, and rolling another dice to see which one we get. And that's going to be a 6, so we're going to be playing Command the Battlefield. So, having realised that in the previous report we played Command the Battlefield, I played Command the Battlefield against Rick from the Marauders, so we have re-rolled and we are instead playing Contest of Champions from Pool 4. So, the roll that I always forget, the Foresight points roll. Let's see what Elrond gets in terms of Foresight points. Gets a nice Ardacon 6. So it could well be a very quick battle report here today. Here is an overhead shot of the forces. As you can see, the Rivendell Knights have lined up all across here with Elrond just behind. In the meantime, Lurtz in the middle with it being Contest of Champions as well. We've got a very annoying ridge here. It's not quite double the height of the model, but it is going to impact things in terms of charging. Hopefully it's not going to interrupt the flow of the battlefield. As you can see at the back, before we started, we've got the ballista, which is positioned there, and we've got our troll down here. Aragorn's also hanging back here in the woods. So we are going to go to first turn priority. Okay, so we're rolling for turn 1 priority. Let's see where it goes. It's a 6 for Isengard. It's a 2 for me. I'm going to use... I'm going to use... How many foresight points am I going to use? I've got 6, so I could use 4 to bump mine and 1 to lower yours, I think, to take yours to a 5 and me to a 6, which will leave me 1 left. Only joking, I promise we do know the rules. So I've spent 4 so that we have to roll for priority again. So let's see how we go here. You get the 2 this time, and I get the 2, and I'll use my remaining points.
No, you got 1 point left after that.
Points left after that, to make it so that I win first turn priority. Don't normally want to win the priority when you're really this close, but given the nature of the game and the ridge, I think it's important that I try and get a bit of an advantage. So here we are. We are going to be starting off by making some charges over here on the right flank against the berserkers and the like. Start with this guy to go and take a control zone, and we're going to get ourselves in a position here where Elrond can use his Wrath of the Brunnen to try and knock some of these guys over. And here we go, you can see that continuation of the charge. A couple of Rivendell Knights have gone round the side, made a little bit of room for Elrond to come through the middle, and he's going to be casting Wrath of the Brunnen now on 4+. Here we go, so I'm going to use all 3 points of will because we think this could be a quite quick battle report. So I need the 4+ to cast, we'll get 5, and that is going to knock down everyone within 3 inches. So here we go, here's how we're looking after the Rivendell Knight charge. So as you can see, we've got the charge in from Elrond and a couple of knights against the Berserker group with a couple of the spear supports. And then a bunch of the knights, along with Aragorn, have just moved back a little bit from the barrier there to allow a bit of fighting up at the top. They've moved half so they will be able to shoot at the end of the turn. Okay, so as you can see, the lines have clashed. Lurtz has pulled back in the centre just a little bit to make room for his Isengard troll to threaten the front of the Rivendell Knights. And then over on this flank that's closest to the camera, Malher and some of his lackeys are making their way up to the Rivendell Knight left flank. We do have some shots to take, so we are going to go into turn 1 shooting. So we're going to start with the Rivendell Knights here on the left flank. We've got one who's got an unobscured shot to Lurtz, and then we've got 4 who will have to do an in the way. So we've got the Desolation of Stockport dice, the GBHL red dice. They are going to be the ones that need the in the way, and then we've got the green OSBGL dice from our friends over in Ontario. That's going to be the guy with the unobscured shot. So needing 4 pluses to hit. Nothing! Next up, final 2 shots, we've got 2 Rivendell Knights here who are going to take a little pot shot at the Uruk-hai warriors with the shields down in the centre there. Needing 4s to hit. And no hits.
So the plan here now is using the ballista. I'm going to try and get a cheeky shot on Elrond. I might kill my own guys, but it's worth it because I can either dismount him or kill him. It's going to change the game quite a bit. I need a 4 to hit. Get the 5. Now I've got to see how far it scatters. It's been a while since I've used the siege engine, so just checking up the siege engine chart. I can do with a 6 here to make sure I definitely hit that combat. Oh, 6. Very lucky roll. And now I need the 4+ to hit Elrond.
Perfect.
So far it's been good. Let's see if I hit him or his horse now. The horse. So at least Elrond has survived. Can I kill the horse? Yes, I do. Okay, so it hits the model, so both the mount and the rider actually take it, not just the mount. So I'm going to roll here. The white dice is in with the mount. They're both taking the strength 9 hit. So that's the horse dead and Elrond wounded. And then Elrond will be flung d6 inch away. So let's see how far he goes. 2 inches, which I think he just misses. Anyone else then?
He certainly will. And do you want to also roll for the hit for being not flying? And not a wound, because it depends. Okay, so I obviously don't want Elrond taking any wounds here due to the nature of the scenario, being my leader. So I'm going to roll for my first fate point. And I'm going to re-roll because of his ring. Yes, So he passes his point of fate, doesn't take a wound, but he's down a fate.
And then those Uruk-hai scouts are going to take shots at those knights because they're quite clear there. Let's see if they can do any damage to them as well. So they need 4+ because those scouts haven't moved since the beginning. And we've got 4 hits there. Let's see if we hit riders or mounts on them. So they're all on mounts. So I can only see 3 guys there, so it's going to be 1 on each, 2 on the first guy.
No, 2 mounts dead.
2 mounts dead.
Okay, so rolling for my throne rider. And they're both. Okay, so we're going into the combat phase. That was pretty scary for Elrond, wasn't it? Could have been this game over straight away. We are going to start off with the combat here with the... Wow, so that was a pretty scary shooting phase for Elrond. That could have been the end of the game. A quick one for you guys to watch. But we are going into the combat phase now, and we've got the Rivendell Knight here who has charged in on the Isengard warrior who is on the floor, and I assume is going to be shielding. Okie dokie, so we start with the Rivendell Knight who's charging in, 2 dice, gets a 3 highest. The Isengard warrior on the floor is going to shield. He gets a 3, so it is going to go to our knight. So the knight charging in, he does have his lance bonus here. So instead of 6s, it's going to be 5s. It's going to kill him. Next up, we are going to do this Rivendell Knight charging in on the 2 fallen Uruk-hai pikemen at the back there. So again, we'll set the bar here with the Rivendell Knight charging in. He does get the 6, so both going to be knocked down. We've got double strikes. Chance 5, so it would be 5s, but it's going to be 4s. So 4s on the guy closest to the berserkers first of all. Nope, and then same on him again for these dice. And one of the pikemen bites the dust. And finally, we've got the Rivendell Knight charging in on the berserker and again Isengard warrior who are on the floor. So can the Rivendell Knight get the 6? Does get the 6, so he's going to take it. So we're going to start off on the, let's start off on the berserker. So the berserker is defense 5 in the current edition, I believe, so needing 4s on him. And we've got 1 there. Now, don't you get a special point of fate as a berserker in the new edition? You do. So we're going to roll that now and see if I think that might be just dead. So the berserker is dead, and then on the Isengard warrior needing 5s on the other one. No, so just the berserker dead on that one. And yes, you're right, it is on shooting, isn't it?
No, it's
6. It's defense,
yeah,
6 on
extra defense against shooting. They do get the 6+ save on any wounds.
But we rolled a 1. So here's our battlefield after an eventful turn 1. We're going to go into turn 2 priority. Okay, so here we go. We're going for turn 2 priority. What does Darren get? You get the 6, so it is going to go to you no matter what. So we are going to be starting off with Elrond using one of his points of might to call a heroic move, but it has been countered by Lurtz.
And now we're going to see who actually gets the first turn priority on this one. 1.
And it does go to evil, so Lurtz is going to get his heroic move first of all.
So Lurtz is going to try and charge the knight first. So go to there, see if you can get the 6 to climb up.
So whether he can continue his charge, he does climb up, but he doesn't complete his charge, so he's just going to stop in that position now.
And then the troll is going to go up straight into those Rivendell Knights.
He had his eyes on Elrond, didn't he? He had his eyes on Elrond, but unfortunately because of control zones he's going to be getting the Rivendell Knight on the end. So we might end up with an actual hero off here. We're going to carry on with Isengard movement. And there you have it. All of the Isengard warriors have marched up. Mahur and a couple of his marauders pinged the elves here on the left flank who were unhorsed by the previous turn shooting. In the meantime, a lot of the Uruk-hai managed to scramble up onto the ridge, the icy ridge, but haven't been able to proceed in the combats. Unfortunately, some of the Rivendell Knights have been tagged by the berserkers and Uruk warriors that are over there on the right flank, and now we're going to see the counter charge from the Rivendell Knights. What can they do? And there we have it. We really do have the contest of champions. Elrond is up on his feet after being unhorsed, fate point down, and a might point down as well, and he is charged in on Lurtz. Meanwhile, Mahur has been counter-charged by a couple of Rivendell Knights, pulling him away from the infantry model. We've also got another Rivendell Knight who's charged in against the Marauder who came down the left flank there. The Troll has been counter-charged by another Rivendell Knight who did pass his courage test, and in the meantime we've got another Knight over on the far flank who's gone to support a friend, and Aragorn has charged in on a Berserker who was pinging the Rivendell banner. With that, we are going to go into shooting.
So I felt a bit lucky last time getting Elrond, so I'm not going to take the risk on Elrond this time. I'm going to go for a Knight on the end because it's in a nice line. If I do get lucky enough, I might take it straight through. Will it hit this time? It does hit.
Does it hit?
Sorry, it hits the whole model, but it does miss, which means you get to pick one of my models within 3 inches of the combat who's going to be the target instead. But since they're all in combat, you can choose for it to miss if you wish.
You do have a supporting model here. You might choose for it to hit.
You can. If that hits and he flies backwards, you will dismount Aragorn though.
That is a good point. Let's have a little bit of a look at this. So I have chosen just one of the Uruk-hai warriors that's a little bit further away, so it is going to still randomise between whether it is me or you, because it's combat. It does hit you, and does it kill you?
It does.
And it does kill you.
And he still flies back because his body's there impaled now. How far is he going to go? All 6 inches.
6 inches, so it's going to go through your Uruk-hai Berserker and my banner. My banner will be knocked flying, so I'll roll that now just to see. Oh, he's wounded, he's fine. And then your Berserker. Sorry, we take a strength 3 hit. Do we take a strength 6 hit?
It's a strength. It is strength 6 hit.
So strength 6 hit on my banner. No,
He survives.
strength 6 hit on your Berserker. Yes.
He doesn't survive. Does he pass his special roll? No, he doesn't.
And that's actually not too bad for you because Aragorn was definitely going to be heroic combating. And there you have it. That's what you can see after shooting. Darren is deciding not to shoot with his Uruk-hai bows into any of the combats. We are going to go straight into the combat phase and calling of heroics. So at the start of the combat phase, Malheur is calling a heroic combat against the 2 Rivendell Knights that he will be pulled off against. And also Lurtz is using a point of might to call a heroic strike against Elrond, who will also be countering that, with Elrond going down to 1 point of might. So we are going to be starting off with the Malheur combat. So I will be feinting with the Rivendell Knight with the Elven Blade, who was charged. He's a single green dice. But I also have a charging Rivendell Knight who will be using his lance. Would you like to set the bar? We're both equal value. You get 5 highest. So what do we get here? Oh, and we get 6s. So I assume that you are going to use a point of might.
I will.
So that will take you down to 0 might. He's got 2 might, has he, or has he got 3?
He is a 2 might hero,
2
so
might.
that's... Yeah.
So he'll be out of might. Now that takes it down. That takes him up to the 6 there. But I have used an Elven Blade, so this means that you will win the combat on a 1 to 2. It was your priority, wasn't it? But on a 3 to 6, I tried to make it happen, but Malheur does win the combat. Now, you are strength 5, so you will need, on these 2 Rivendell Knights, you will need 5s to wound. 5s to wound. So, starting off with the first one, first strike, 5, no, and again, no.
Oh, added together.
Adding together.
Yeah.
But they do survive, so the heroic combat will not progress. So next up, it makes sense for Darren to choose to do the troll just in case he can barge and join in on that combat on Elrond. So Darren's going to set the bar. I'm feinting again with the one that was charged, using the lance on the other, and you do get 6s, and you are a higher fight value. So I'm guessing you are going to choose to barge.
He is barging and then moving straight into Elrond.
Yeah, and he won't. I mean, we roll the distance normally, but obviously you are less than an inch, so now Elrond looks like he's in a bit of trouble. And here we go, it's the one that matters. It's Elrond striking against Lurtz striking, and also the Isengard troll. Okay, so let's first of all see what Lurtz strikes up to. Starting at fight value 5. He's going up to 10. So is Elrond. So we are both fight value 10. Drawn. I do have the Elven Blade. But let's see you set the bar. So if you want to roll Lurtz's 3 attacks first, you get a 6. So can Elrond match it? And he does match it with the Ardacon 6. Now he does have the Elven Blade, but again, on a 1 or 2, it goes to evil. Oh no! Poor Elrond! Elrond in danger here of being completely squished. Now, I imagine you're going to do some attacks from the troll, but you don't want to kill him, because obviously with this scenario, you want to be doing the wounds on the leader. But if you kill the leader, this will be the end of the game. Okay? So, let's see what happens. Oh no, poor Elrond. So we are going to be starting off with the troll. The troll is going to try and get through some of those double roll fate points first of all, and then let's see if Lurtz, the Isengard leader, can do the damage. And if he does, we're going to be shaking hands, and the Rivendell Knights will be taking a defeat. Okay, so here we go. Darren needs pause with the troll, and he's done 2 wounds there. So I've got 2 fate points left. So let's start off fate point number 1. It's a pass. Fate point number 2. It's a pass, but he is now out of fate. So we are going to Lurtz's attacks. Now Lurtz is strength 5. Elrond is defense 7. I think for dramatic purposes, you should do this one at a time.
And here's the first one. It's a 4, so I'll use a might point to change that up to a 5 to cause a wound in my first attack.
Second attack. Oh, one more. A 5+ will kill Elrond and defeat the Rivendell Knights. No! And poor Elrond has bitten the dust. And with this being Contest of Champions, oh my days, the Rivendell Knights will almost certainly be defeated unless I was able to table you. But I think this is a good time to call it there. Let's do a post-battle bat rep breakdown. Oh my days. Oh my days. There was me thinking, with my head huge as I walked into this studio, that this nostalgia rep would lead to an Elven victory. But oh no, you had other ideas, Darren, with your massively last minute thrown together Isengard force.
Yeah, I think it was the Ballista. Without a doubt, the Ballista won that game by dismounting Elrond turn 1.
There we go. We all love a Ballista, don't we? We all love a Ballista, and always fun quickly searching through those rules to try and work out exactly what's happening. But great fun there, and I think Contest of Champions was a good one in terms of getting a quick battle report out there to you guys as well. Really good that we had that really cinematic ending with the 2 heroes, and it kind of being almost equal. I mean, the troll coming along and eating through the fate points was pretty.
Yeah, if the troll couldn't get in, I think it was your choice of when the second Ballista shot, killing the guy that was in combat with Aragorn, stopping Aragorn getting into the troll.
That's a good point, actually. But I think that I had to do that because any of the other combats that I would have done, it would have gone through Aragorn. It would have gone through, it would have gone through Aragorn. And I think that was the thing. I didn't want it to do that, but by picking that guy, he couldn't heroic combat, but he wouldn't have been able to do anything other than maybe go in and stop the troll from coming round. So yeah, probably a bit of a mistake there from myself. But most importantly of all, great to roll dice with you.
It was.
In a little while. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the Rivendell Knights on the table and seeing a bit of a mixture of some of the different types of filming. Get another nostalgia rep in there, and probably this will probably be our last game of the old edition, because pre-orders are coming up really soon, and that's exciting news for the guys who are watching this channel, right? Because it gives yourself a cheeky little discount. How do they do that, Darren?
Yeah, if you click on the link for Element Games, Element Games will be selling them on Saturday about 10 o'clock, I believe, the same time they go live with Games Workshop. And obviously Element Games normally put a discount on all new releases. So if you click that link, you can also help support the channel, keep us in here, because we obviously do have costs for the studio. We don't want your money, but if you buy on the affiliate link, you do help support us.
Fantastic, so there you go. Get yourself in the link in the video description below. Check out the affiliate link and buy your pre-orders from Element Games, who of course supported us for years being able to film this content, whether here or on the GBTO podcast or anywhere else. We love those guys. I hope you guys are all excited, because we are, and expect some exciting content about that new edition here, there and everywhere over the next couple of months. Ta for now from TTG.
See you next time.